The United States should have learned political, social, and economic lessons from World War I because the President needed to be closer to the Senate, the U.S. needed to prepare for soldiers coming home, and for racial riots due to job competition. At the end of World War I, Germany surrenders, leaving U.S., France, and Great Britain as victors. Russia had left during the war to fight in its own revolution. However, once the war was over and the guns were down, country leaders had to decide and evaluate the outcome of World War I politically, socially, and economically.
At the end of World War I, or the Great War, the world powers were trying to decide how they would prevent future wars. They did this by meeting at the Paris Peace Conference and writing a treaty. Woodrow Wilson, the United States of America, went to the conference with 14 points that he wanted to add to the treaty, including freedom of the seas and a League of Nations, but many of his points failed or were not even discussed. Russia and Germany were not invited to the conference. The League of Nations, or the Union of World Nations with the intent to meet peacefully and solve conflicts, failed because the United States Senate did not like the idea of collective military action dictated by Article 10 of the Treaty of Versailles.
Prior and during the war, the American economy was booming. After the war, when the soldiers came home, many people needed jobs. Also, the economy worsened and wages were cut, leading to massive strikes around the country.
Since everybody was needing jobs and the strikes lead to the racial riots, these riots and racial riots of different races often consisted of many deaths, lynchings, and property destructions.
The United States should have learned many lessons from World War I politically, socially, and economically because the President needed to be closer to the Senate, the U.S. needed to be prepared for the soldiers coming home, and the racial riots due to job competition could have been prevented. The U.S. did not learn very much from the World War, as World War II occurred many years later.